Hey everyone, Travis here on day one, week 3 of the LCS, joined by Doublelift, Elion Peng. Is that really your name?
God, you butcher my name. Don't even try.
I put the question mark at the end of it.
It's Iliang.
Elion.
Iliang.
Yeah, you burped right before you said it too. I hope the mic caught that. Yeah.
Oh, really? Sorry. I was drinking some Red Bull.
So, somewhere on Tumblr, there's going to be a GIF of that, and it's just going to be some fangirl being like, "Oh, I wish he would burp while talking to me." Now, let's dive into things. You guys just beat Dignitas in what I think is one of the most intense games that I've seen in a very long time. It's really funny because I'm sitting there and I'm like, this game's so good. Everybody's talking about how good it is, and I feel like afterwards you guys got out of that game and you're like, wow, that game was awful. So what did you guys actually think of it?
Well, apparently Seraph was so nervous after the game that he was throwing up. So that was a intense game, to say the least. It was really close. I thought we played really bad. I mean, yeah, we won, but I played really bad. And, well, actually, I'm just more disappointed in myself. Like, overall, yeah, we won. We played it well against Dignitas. And Dignitas was playing well. It's not like they were making bad decisions and doing anything, like, horrible. They're clearly, like, contender for, like, top 2, top 3. So I'm just disappointed that I flashed forward and randomly died. I'm so sad about that. If I didn't do that, I think I would have like a much more positive outlook on the game. But
Are you referring to the moment around like 17 minutes or whatever where you guys were at Dragon and then you were chasing them?
Yeah, and then I like WE flash forward to try to burst Cutie because I thought his flash was down and his flash was still up, so I just ended up dying for free. It was so bad. But yeah, I kind of measure like our team's performance more on my own performance because like I only see the game the way I see it, or through my perspective, my character's perspective, and
through your monitor's perspective.
Yeah. Anyways, Afro and Link made really good
perspective
game. So that's it. It was a decent game.
Yeah, at the 17-minute mark, whenever you flashed in, there was a series of weird things that happened where you guys had basically chased them off. It looked like they got a pretty good engage on you, and then you guys chased them off. And then there was a bunch of weird stuff that happened where, like, you flashed in, and Dexter was jumping in after them, and Hotshot, who was standing next to me, was just like, "No, go back, Dragon." And then you guys just ran in and like died, and that was bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was probably just my fault, straight up.
Very CLG.
Yeah, it was bad. So I'm really disappointed, actually. Like, we were probably just gonna discuss the game after and talk about like everything that went wrong and how we're gonna avoid it because that was really stupid.
Now you said that Seraph was sick after the game.
Yeah, she was really nervous. Apparently, I didn't actually know. I think Link told me. So, sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Like how that's your summation of that situation.
I mean, like everyone gets nervous. I've never been so nervous on a game that I've thrown up, but I mean, it just shows that he cares a lot and he's investing a lot of his like mental state into the game, which is important because if it's that important to him that he's like feeling sick, feeling nauseous, then he cares probably more than the normal LCS player.
Anyway, now you guys have beat Dig, and I don't know let's talk about those champ picks a little bit because it did seem like they outscaled you towards the end, but it seemed like a lot of picks that you guys were pretty happy about or safe on. Like I know you're a big fan of Lucian, so what did you think of the picks and bans?
I thought we got like our style, which is very like CLG-esque with Nid, Lucian, Shiv. And they got their style, which is kind of like roaming assassins or like unconventional stuff like kill top lane. And they just kind of left their bot lane to 2v2 us, which is expected that they're going to lose. And then their solo lanes ended up making plays and getting like a little bit of gold lead here, a kill there, a kill there. And they played like Dig style, very Dig style. Like Cass and Kale were supposed to carry the game, and Twitch was supposed to be a carry, but mostly just like kind of set up for Kassadin and Kale to clean up. So yeah, I think they got the picks that they wanted. We got the picks that we wanted, and so that's why both teams played so well, is because we're so comfortable playing that style.
Would you say that the win for you guys came down to better map control?
Yeah, and just like better decisions. So that's like something that's really hard to work on, I think, is you can always like improve somebody's mechanics, or you can like change somebody's champion pool and force them to play stuff that you want them to play, but you can never make your shot callers smarter. And that's what an inherent advantage that we have on CLG is because Link and Afro just make the right calls at the right time. And that's why we get these little leads like trading Baron for inhib, and we just like slowly win the game. And then we just like it's just one good call that can win you the game, and that's what happens every time.
Now that you have defeated Dignitas, who I think is actually they might be back to tied again after that. What do you? I mean, where do you think CLG stands? Like, is there? I guess in the past it's been interesting because it always felt like this is the team CLG loses to. Like either they always lose to Cloud9 or they're losing to bottom teams but beating all the top. Like, who is your rival now, or who actually beat you guys?
Cloud9's winning against us pretty consistently. I think we won one game against them in 3 splits so far. So, and Cloud9's always just been like the team to beat. Even if they're in a slump, beating them is like the most valuable thing ever. I feel like Complexity, when they won, they're like they're not grateful, or I mean, I'm sure they're like, oh my god, we upset Cloud9, the Titans, but like we've been in the LCS since the very beginning, and we've seen Cloud9 just like been super dominant and dropped 7 games in 2 splits. That's like unheard of. So for us and like our experience within the LCS, beating them is like a huge deal. And we've only done that I think once, maybe twice. I think we've done that twice in 3 splits. So they are the team to beat. And if you're better than Cloud9, that's the benchmark for making Worlds, like almost guaranteed. If you're better than them, because Cloud9's like a shoe-in for Worlds always.
You play them tomorrow.
We do. It's gonna be a rough game. I expect them to play a lot better than Dignitas, and I expect us to play a lot better than we played today.
Well, you play them tomorrow, but they lost pretty. I always forget if it's. Do you know if it's handedly or handily? Because people, I think I say handedly.
No, it's handily. Yeah, they lost handily.
Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of angry comments when I was saying handedly.
Yeah, I would be angry too, you communications major, you charlatan. You gotta say the right word. Cloud9's like, they will just randomly lose to, you know, Evil Geniuses and Complexity Black, but when they play against us, they know us really well, and I think one of the reasons why they lose those teams is because they don't respect them, because they like don't. Not only do they not really understand the teams, but they're taking them like a lot less seriously than they would take us, because they know us and they know exactly how good we are, so they're gonna take it very seriously, and they know exactly what to do to counter what we're doing, and vice versa. Like we know what they're going to do, so we're gonna try our hardest too. I think when they play teams like Evil Geniuses and Complexity, they're like, we're so good, we're Cloud9, like there's no way we can lose. Let's just play our game. We're gonna do solid. And then they just end up in these situations where they start losing, and then their mental state like just breaks down. Because like as soon as you start losing against Evil Geniuses, you just want to die.
The reason it's interesting to hear you say that, because not the EG part, that was obviously inflammatory, and I expect that. But it's funny because this seems to be an issue that plagued CLG specifically last year, where you guys would beat TSM or even on occasion beat Cloud9 and then lose to Velocity. So yeah. Do you think they've inherited? Are you speaking from past experience?
I don't think it's necessarily that we took Velocity or like Complexity in the very first split of LCS lightly. I think it was more that when other teams played CLG, they had like everything to lose, because we were the team to be losing. Like we're supposed to be, you know, a powerhouse in North America, and we're losing to like these bottom garbage teams. And at the time, it was like a huge disgrace to be losing to us. It was like, oh, an upset. Look, CLG is like the blue turtle shell. They're chasing down the rank 1 team and then losing everyone else. So when they start losing to us, then they just like don't know what to do, and they just get really upset. And that was probably also back when communication was a lot worse. So like comebacks were a lot less popular. So as soon as we got an edge, we would always win. But yeah, we were super cocky as well, and maybe that had a small part to do with why we lost so much.
Now, you guys have recently begun streaming on Twitch, and I saw the other day that you have devolved into a cam whore.
It's been my dream since I started being a professional gamer, is just to eventually get into the cam business. Yeah.
So to that end, you hit 1,000 subscribers, and then you streamed shirtless.
It was really uncomfortable, and I'm never doing that again, just to point that out.
What made it so uncomfortable? Because you tend to just walk. I know you're not shy about your body, because whenever you used to live with me, and even now I've seen you, like when we got on vacation or whatever, you're just in like the smallest boxers ever. And I'm like, please get up.
Please. All right. I don't want to be misrepresented like this. I got those boxers for $5 at Target for a pack of 4. Yeah. That's $1.25 per boxer. But then the esports money started coming in, so I bought some nice Fruit of the Loom boxers. They're like $6 or $7 each, and they're really nice and a lot more big and covering. But yes,
do those have a button on the front flap? Because that was my big problem with the old ones. It was. I'm going to say big problem. It's more like a small problem. But if you had just had
average problem.
Well, maybe for LCS players, but the big thing is that I'm just happy that you got the button there. Now it's pretty good.
I've actually since removed the button.
It's like, oh man, they keep hitting these little like buttons on these. You just clip them off. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it was like a price tag or something. I wasn't really sure.
Yeah. Like, this is for ventilation.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I do like to walk around in my underwear because I feel like pants they're like jail for your legs. It's a horrible experience. And I don't particularly like pants. Prefer to wear shorts, but LCS regulations state that I have to wear pants, jeans to be exact. So yeah.
Have you thought about creating a player union to deal with that issue?
I would be the only one to want to wear underwear to LCS.
Everybody else is like, hey guys, like we really want to deal with like some of these other big rules, you know, blah blah blah. Like maybe we should, be able to play
the pants rule.
Yeah, you're like you stand up. You're like, everyone, listen, we can finally come together around this one thing. Fuck pants. All right, now let's loop back. So you just established that you like to wear boxers and even remove the buttons from them whenever necessary. But you
when it's unnecessary. Okay, okay, let's go. But I like to what?
Was that what is Aframu saying? Is he just like asking you to hurry up or something?
Probably. He's probably super bored. Wait, you gotta say it in the way that you. I love when Aframu asks me that. Gojira.
I don't even.
What? Did you watch that movie?
No, I didn't. Because I told you not to watch it. That was an awful night. That was wait. No. I need to express this. Because that night was the first night I ever met Seraph. So I show up at the house, and I'm like, oh cool, it's CLG. Hey guys, and I'm like, Peter, I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm like, cool. I'm gonna. No. What? Okay, yeah. And then I was gonna interview Seraph, and my video producer and I are there. And we get there, and you're like, cool, we're going to go see Godzilla. And I'm like, that movie is supposed to be terrible. Like, literally everyone has said, don't watch it. And you're like, too bad. And then you guys all leave, and it's just marking my video producer and I looking at Seraph, and he's like, oh, hello. And I'm like, I hate CLG so much. Like, they're the worst team ever.
Why didn't you just come see it with us? It was like
I had to work. I just drove out to there to interview Seraph, and I sat in a bunch of traffic. And the whole point of me going there was so I could interview him. And you're like, oh, good. Glad you guys are here with all this camera stuff, but let's go watch a really bad movie.
Aware that you were coming for that purpose, okay, at the time. And also, I just want to say that was the only movie I've ever slept through. Like, halfway through the movie, I literally fell asleep. And I realized also that Afro fell asleep, so we have great synergy in that regard.
Was it like a you guys were resting your heads?
We were sitting right next to each other, and I looked over at Afro, and I was like, is he sleeping? Like, no way. He's just, resting his eyes or something like that. Then I fell asleep like 10 minutes later.
So anyway, you're uncomfortable being without a t-shirt on Twitch while streaming, and but you're comfortable in nothing but boxers.
I wouldn't be comfortable wearing just boxers like on camera, and I wasn't comfortable streaming shirtless. I only did it because here's what happened. At first it was just a troll to see if I could get 1,000 subscribers in one day. And then what happened was on the first day, there's like a bunch of people who made like 5 or 6 accounts just to sub to me, and the account names was something like, like account number 1 for shirtless, like account number 2 for shirtless, like double nips account 5 or something like that. And I was like, whoa, there's like a lot of people who paid good money just to see this. And I feel like if I didn't do it, then I would be cheating them out of their money, and they would feel really betrayed as fans because I wasn't really clear about like what the rules were or anything like that. I was just like, haha, 1,000 subs, I'm gonna do it. So I did it for them. I did it for my subscribers, my loyal fans.
Yeah, no, you did it for the money they were giving you, apparently, because when they started giving you a ton of the money, that was when
about the money. Okay, it was about the sentimental value
of the money.
Of the money.
Yeah, I could tell. So anyway, you're streaming. How's that going for you?
It's going well. I stream 5 days out of 5 weekdays so far. That's fun. I play a lot worse when I stream. It's really funny. I just like constantly lose. I think it's because when I stream, I'm like trying to interact with my viewers, and at the same time I'm also getting camped by everyone on the enemy team because they know I'm streaming. So yeah, that's no good. Gotta fix that.
How are you gonna fix it then?
Let's try to play better or something. I don't know.
Is it like what is it like whenever you attach weights to yourself to make yourself like
sandbagging?
Yeah, sandbagging. Thank you.
That's right, son. Have you watched Naruto? Do you know who Rock Lee is?
No, I don't. I'm not a weeaboo like yourself.
This bowl cut. Never mind. Whatever. He's very much like me right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you have like the orange headband at home with like the little symbol?
Naruto. Not Rock Lee wears a green jumpsuit. Actually.
You just said Naruto.
Yeah, I know, but there's a character. Okay, the Naruto is about many characters. Okay, in the Naruto universe. Can we?
Is this like the same universe as Pokemon's?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh's.
Now, let's return to the topic at hand, which I don't even know what it is anymore. So, you have any shout-outs, plugs, anything you want to say at the end of this interview?
Nothing really. Except for our sponsors.
It's like in your mind, you're like, nothing really, and then you just felt like a slap across your face from Kelby, and you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have new sponsors now. Cellucor. They're a supplement company. They sell protein powder, like super high-end stuff, and pre-workouts. And we have Twitch, obviously newly signed deal. You can see us on Twitch, like streaming every single day. And Razor Eye by Power NZXT. Thank you guys, and thank Riot for supporting us.
Is Aframu's favorite flavor really molten chocolate? Because that's what it says on his page.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make a racial slur or something?
On the CLG website, you go to Teams, and then you click Aframu. Have you not seen this page? And it lists all of your favorite things from your sponsors, and one of those things is the molten chocolate.
Aframu handcrafted that page, actually. He's trolling you. He was the one who wrote it and designed it, coded it himself. Yeah.
So then he does like the molten chocolate.
He loves it. He can't get enough.
What is your favorite flavor? Because I forget what said yours was.
You know what? I forget too, but it changes so much. Yeah. Right now it's peanut butter marshmallow. That's mine. Whoa!
Well, yours is molten chocolate. Yeah.
Get out of here. You're molten chocolate. Yeah, I like peanut butter marshmallow too. It's actually really good. True story.
Are we actually going to go to Australia?
I don't know. If I make it to Worlds as a player, sure. If I go as an analyst, no.
Well, what would we do instead?
I'm gonna go home and cry if I have to go as an analyst.
I thought we were supposed to go to vacation after Worlds.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Australia seems kind of not that great. Like, I'm not gonna say it won't be like a good vacation, but compared to other places that we could go, we're gonna be in Korea.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have already been in Korea.
Well, like, I don't know. We'll be doing world stuff the whole time. And then we can go to China. We could go to Taiwan or Singapore. What makes Australia so appealing? You just like white girls. I'm going to be Thorn right now and say you like...
Oh! I was afraid of... Because you can't say the stuff... We can't say the stuff Thorn says in these interviews. The question of the week is, what makes Australia so wonderful? And that's what Doublelift wants to know. So you can tweet at him what makes Australia so wonderful at CLG Doublelift on Twitter this week. You can also...
Asian honeys there? You have to tell me if there is.
I think there is a pretty... I mean, I've never been there, but I think demographically there's probably a decent Asian population just because it's
funny over there.
Check out the rest of our coverage of all things LCS at ongamers.com.